Madeline and I have arrived in Massachusetts. It's a beautiful spring day. They've had a lot of April showers. It is now time for Mayflowers. And what do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims. We're in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and we don't have much of a plan. This is gonna be a fun trip. We really didn't plan anything out, which I know is a great way to start a video. But you know what? We plan a lot for our big trips, and this is just a weekend getaway. So even last night, we didn't really know where we were gonna stay. We were gonna stay in Boston, we were gonna go out to Cape Cod, and we decided the weather's pretty nice, let's go out to Cape Cod. So we're driving down, and we're stopping at anything we find interesting. Plymouth popped up, and I remember coming here when I was younger and to see Plymouth Rock. And I remember thinking, that's all that is? So let's go try it again.
So I think that visiting Plymouth Rock is kind of a universal experience, because the story Adam tells about, oh yeah, I visited as a kid and I was like, oh, that's a rock. That's exactly how I felt when I visited Plymouth Rock as a kid. And I just heard some other people walk up and go, oh, that's a rock. I think it's more about the lore of Plymouth Rock. Even the sign kind of says, well, they landed here. Maybe they stepped on the rock. It's definitely more of a historic symbol than anything else. Enjoyed our little stop, and now we're gonna keep rolling here, seeing what we come upon next. It's definitely a tourist trap around here, but I mean, is that such a bad thing? Still very fun. Sometimes, and you have to visit the tourist traps. That's kind of the fun of it.
Well, one thing that is sure to not underwhelm this morning here in Plymouth is the bagel we got in this corner bagel shop. Gunther Tooties. I think it's a local Massachusetts chain. On the East Coast, they put a lot more cream cheese on their bagels than I'm used to. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Really good though. This is actually a spinach and broccoli bagel, so we're getting the health in real early. And then it's got bacon and onion, right?
Scallion.
Yeah, it's got a bacon and onion cream cheese on there to balance out all the health we're getting from the spinach and broccoli.
While on Cape Cod, we're staying in Harwich at the Wequassett Resort. So, as we make our way up the peninsula, we're going to stop for a lobster roll at the Sesuit Harbor Cafe in Dennis, Massachusetts. We are currently walking through a marina in search of a lobster roll. Pretty fun setting so far. We're here on Cape Cod at the Sesuit Harbor Cafe. We had to walk through the marina to get here amongst all these huge, amazing boats. And in front of us, we have classic New England clam chowder and a beautiful lobster roll here. Two classic New England dishes that we absolutely love. I'm gonna start with the clam chowder here. Looks great, smells great. Piping hot. It is really good though. Fresh, and water's right here. It's a pretty cool setting here with all the boats around us. I feel like you're not in New England until you have a lobster roll and some clam chowder. Beautiful, huge pieces of lobster on a crispy buttery hot dog bun. Ooh. Okay. This is like my favorite kind of lobster roll, just simple mayo, lobster. There's a little bit of celery there too. The lobster is the star of the show here, and it absolutely delivers. It's a good spot. Took us, was a little bit of a trek to get here to find it. It is cash only, so there's an ATM inside. But if you have cash, even better. Don't pay the fees.
My first bite of New England clam chowder. Whenever I get clam chowder, I think of the great 90s comedy, Ace Ventura. Is it the white or the red? I can never remember. It's the white. Manhattan is the other one. Yeah, actually, it's a spring day, but it's like 60, and clam chowder is definitely hitting the spot. This is the first time I've had lobster roll, since we were in Maine a few years ago. We made this video, we were trying to find the best lobster roll in Maine. We went to like 5 or 6 different lobster places. We'll put a link to it. And I think that I don't remember the lobster rolls in Maine having this big of chunks of lobster. I mean, this is gigantic. But it's got the buttery roll, but it's not hot. That's the Connecticut style, which we did have in Maine as well. I think that was the winner, right? It was in Bar Harbor. So let's see if this one's better than the traveling lobster up in Bar Harbor. I don't know if it's better, but it's the one I'm having right now, and it's pretty dang good. These are giant chunks of lobster. At which point you almost have to cut them up to
eat them in the sandwich.
Eat them in the sandwich.
Well, we thoroughly enjoyed our delicious lunch here at the Sesuit Harbor Cafe. I think one of the major selling points here is the location right here on the harbor, and it was really fun to sit amongst the boats here. We're fueled up, and we are going to keep exploring here on Cape Cod.
Well, when Madeline was talking about walking through the boats to get to lunch, she was not joking. As you can see behind me, we are walking through the boatyard, through the in the marina. Sometimes you have to go on a trek to find your food, but good stop for lunch. Really nice spot to sit out there and eat. Like the clam chowder, like the lobster roll, and we're gonna keep rolling here on Cape Cod.
While we're here on Cape Cod, we're staying at the Wequassett Resort. So we're gonna take a minute and explore a little bit. It's on the water. So we're gonna make our way over there and take a look around. Oh, here we are. Huge property. There's several restaurants. There's a couple of pools. There's a coffee shop. So, like I said, we're just gonna walk around, take a minute. Gorgeous here by the water. I kind of want to see what the pool's like. It's probably too chilly to get in, but I still want to take a look, get a full feel of the resort. Gorgeous pool. Unfortunately, a little bit chilly to sit by the pool, but an incredible spot. Oh my gosh, if it was a little bit warmer, this place would be packed. Absolutely gorgeous spot. I mean, you're in the pool, but you're looking out on the water. This is nice. This is a nice pool. So everything over here, like these homes over here, a lot of this is all the resort too. So there's like different, we have like a standard room, but then there's like cottages and larger suites, and I believe that's what all of those over there are. Yeah, it's a nice pool. Very nice property. I think I'll enjoy staying here while we're on Cape Cod. Tonight, we're in Orleans at the Knack, and we placed our order, and it's already here. We have the pickle and spice burger that has house-made pickles, pickled red onion, I think like a spicy mayo, and then we got the double, so there's 2 patties. And we got the mustard hot dog. It's split down the middle, has onion rings on top, and then house-made mustard and pickles. Looks fantastic. Okay, here we go. Coming from Chicago, we eat a lot of hot dogs, and that is a very good dog. Really good flavor.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be
That looks good.
absolute flavor bomb. Look at that, man. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's one of the best burgers I had in a while. That's really good. That's a big burger too.
Messy. I somehow am able to eat these these messy meals without getting it all over my face, where Adam doesn't have this good of luck with that.
On their menu at the bottom it said, ask about our ice cream sandwich. You're gonna ask about the ice cream sandwich. So they had chocolate chip cookies with vanilla, chocolate chip cookies with chocolate. They have brownie cookies with chocolate. We want brownie cookie with chocolate because we're chocoholics. We drove through a sandwich earlier today. We've had a lobster roll. We've had a hot dog. Is that a sandwich? We had a burger, and now an ice cream sandwich. I really like Cape Cod. The sandwich ratio is quite strong.
It's frozen. Solid. This is delicious, but it is frozen pretty solid, so we have to let it defrost a little bit. It's a cool evening, so the weather's not doing us any favors in melting the ice cream. On our second day on Cape Cod, we are driving up to Provincetown and sightseeing along the coast. We're going to stop for a quick breakfast before we drive up to the northern tip of Cape Cod. This morning we are on the road to Provincetown, and we stopped off for a little fuel at Hole-in-One Donut Shop. I've got some coffee, and we have 2 pastries to start the day. Opted for the chocolate croissant because it looked so beautiful. I mean, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you heard that crunch. It was so flaky. We also got a classic glazed donut. This was Adam's choice because he just said it looked good. Well, I'm gonna take a bite first.
It looked really fluffy.
It is fluffy. It feels fluffy. Okay. Super, super fluffy. Lots of air.
I never miss.
Hmm?
I never miss.
No, you did not miss with this. Wow.
I'd like to eat it.
Okay, I'll share. So now, we're gonna eat our donuts and get on the road to Provincetown. Cape Cod is known for its scenic beaches, charming coastal towns, and rich history. The peninsula extends into the Atlantic Ocean, curving like an arm, and is divided into 4 major regions: Upper Cape, Mid Cape, Lower Cape, and Outer Cape. We are heading to the very tip of the peninsula and working our way back. The Outer Cape is the farthest section and is home to Provincetown, Wellfleet, and Eastham. Well, we are now in Provincetown. We're gonna do some exploring. We're gonna find a spot for lunch and take in this cute little seaside town. Provincetown is known for its vibrant art scene, LGBTQ+ community, stunning beaches, and whale watching tours. It also has historical significance as the site where the Pilgrims first landed before settling in Plymouth. Right now we are walking on Commercial Street, which is like the main thoroughfare here in Provincetown. Lots of shops and galleries and places to eat. And right now we're heading to lunch at the canteen. We're here at the canteen. We're out on their back patio, which is just an awesome spot for lunch. The water is over here. It feels like we're on the beach, and our food has just arrived. We have here the cauliflower fritter sandwich. Looks incredible. Pickled red onion, with homemade pickles. There's a beautiful slaw on the bottom. And then here we have chickpea tacos. Two super fresh, clean looking dishes for lunch today. I'm gonna go with this cauliflower fritter sandwich. I mean, I'm just gonna go for a big bite here. Very good. The slaw in there is delicious. Super fresh. It almost kind of reminds me of falafel. Really good. And I really can't beat this setting right now.
Here's chickpea taco, pickle red onion, just lots of horseradish. Obviously chickpeas there. Is that a pesto on there? It looks like a pesto.
I don't know.
Let's do it. We got onions, slaw, chickpeas. It's just, that's a lot of flavor in here.
Well, that was a delicious lunch at the canteen. Perfect, light afternoon meal here on the seaside. Now we're gonna keep exploring. I think we're gonna head over to the Pilgrim Memorial here midweek in spring, just before like the season is really about to get started, and Provincetown is rather busy. So I can't even imagine how busy it gets in the summer months. Very lively, lots going on, but a lot of fun.
Well, we were standing in front of that Pilgrim monument you can see behind me right there. It's rather large. It kind of works well because it's like a North Star for walking around the town. They call that elevator, but I think it's like you go up in a bucket or something, like you're working in Snow White's mine. You can go to the top there, but we're not going to do that. That's so much work. It is fun to look at. I've enjoyed Provincetown so far. It's got some very cool architecture. Sidewalks are a little hit or miss. You kind of have to cross the street to get to a sidewalk and then cross back over to the other side of the street to get to a sidewalk. But all in all, enjoyable kind of afternoon here. It's lunch, stopping for lunch. We're gonna go keep rolling here on the Cod.
Do they call it the Cod?
Well, you're on Cape Cod. I don't
You're
want
not in Cape Cod.
We actually want to see some like beach. Get some beach action. So you find out a lot about a place when you don't research it before you come. And there's an airport down there. And we are going to drive down that way. It's called Race Point Beach. We are sans our little one this trip. And she is obsessed with airplanes taking on and off. So maybe we can get a nice video of an airplane taking off and she'll enjoy watching that. But absolutely gorgeous day. I mean, picture perfect. And we couldn't be luckier that we have the weather we do today, because it can be rainy and chilly here, like 40s, but it's sunny in 70s, so we feel blessed.
Race Point Beach is one of the most beautiful and popular beaches in the Cape Cod National Seashore. Known for its expansive sandy shoreline and strong surf, it's a favorite spot for visitors in the Outer Cape.
What a nice day to walk down to the beach.
We weren't really sure if we were going to get beach time like this, but it's gorgeous. But the water is freezing.
Oh, I guarantee the water's freezing. Yeah, there's actually no one on the beach. Like,
there's like 20 people
with,
all the way down the beach,
like,
maybe.
No one's tanning.
Everyone's fully clothed like we are.
But I did take my shoes off.
I left mine on, which was probably a mistake.
That was a big mistake. Wow, this is gorgeous.
I can imagine in a few weeks this will be crazy packed.
The spot.
Oh yeah. After enjoying our time at Race Point Beach, we make our way to Eastham to visit the famous Nauset Lighthouse. But first, we make a quick stop at the Three Sisters lighthouses, which have been relocated away from the water due to erosion. The Nauset Lighthouse is one of the most famous lighthouses on Cape Cod and was built in 1877. It's still used today as a Coast Guard navigation aid. Nauset is one of the most photographed places on Cape Cod and is featured on the Cape Cod kettle chip bag. We head down to the beach before exploring the lighthouse. Well, this is a great stop. Loud. I don't know if you can hear me over these waves. Absolutely gorgeous though. Beautiful day. There are people laying out here on the beach. I feel like that is a little bit bold. I think it's like probably the high 60s. It is still spring, but just gorgeous. And we're here at like the very beginning of whale watching season, so I'm gonna keep an eye out. Maybe we'll see something good. What a great spot. Huh. What a leisure adventure we're having today. Just fantastic. I mean, we know the water's cold, so getting out there paddleboarding is, gosh, it's gotta be freezing. But fun. Must be worth it.
Sign back there said this is a spot where the transatlantic cable came through in the 1800s. And I look out at the ocean and I am just in awe and bewilderment of the people who said, why don't we just put a big cable on a boat and then just drop it in the ocean all the way across the landmass, you know, 4,000 miles that way. I would not have had the ingenuity to think that was a good idea, but that's the kind of stuff that lets people have YouTube channels in 2024, so more power to it. Also, I want to make it very clear that I know that YouTube is not on the transatlantic cable that was put there in the 1800s. We've upgraded just a little bit.
Okay, so we stopped at the Three Sisters a few moments ago. They were here and they were replaced by this lighthouse. I mean, it's amazing to think like people used to live in the lighthouse and have to keep the lighthouse. That was just their job. Make sure the lighthouse was lit all night long. But that is not the case anymore, obviously. Can we get inside here? Let's see. No. Not open yet. Not open for the season yet. The keeper's residence. I mean, a nice house. Not a bad house. And not a bad view. For sure. You live there and you keep the light lit. That's not... It's a nice, quiet place to live. Oh, so it used to be further out. Erosion pushed things back. Not a bad little life, keeping the lighthouse. Had to be pretty isolating, considering that they first were built in like the 1830s. Not a lot of stuff around here then. We're about to do something incredibly touristy, but I think it has to be done. Thing we're gonna do. Hold up our Cape Cod chips.
I'm a Cape Cod chip model.
It had to be done.
It's time to answer the age-old question. Do Cape Cod chips taste better in front of the Cape Cod Lighthouse?
At the source.
At the source. They're actually made at the top of that thing. They brew the chips. These are the jalapeno. They do taste better. I will stand here and say with 100% confidence that Cape Cod chips taste better in front of the Cape Cod Chip Lighthouse. Thank you, Lighthouse, for making these chips. You want some?
Sure.
How about you at home? You want some? Should we break the fourth wall?
Cheers. Tonight for dinner, we're in Chatham. We're going to Del Mar Bistro. We finish out our night here on Cape Cod with a delicious steak salad and a Reuben pizza.
Good dinner in at Del Mar. Really good pizza. It was very thin. Almost was more like a flatbread. And then Madalyn's steak salad was good. Great way to end our day here in. Great way to end our day here on Cape Cod. We really enjoyed today. It's one we'll definitely remember.
If you want to see more from our adventures in New England, click right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.